Okay.
Officer,
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
hey, I got a question. I have a question. Hey, can y'all see the wanted state people above us or something like that? Oh, all right, all right. So
Back up, back
it's
up,
just
back up, back
random.
up, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Yeah, that's what it look like. Try to get a snake, like they snakes. They want to get a snake shot in. See him on top of the steps. I think he a random. I think he's a predator. Yeah, he came from down the street and ran up the stairs. We're still across the street. The other guy,
Oh, okay.
one if that's all of them. I don't think that's. I think it's more of them. Had a different car.
Yeah, I think that.
Man, we do like 5 1 a day. They wasn't there. They'd be scared to even shoot at police. They'll be coming for them. They scared that we can locate them too. That scared the shit out of them. What's up, Max?
Knox, um, can you go ahead and give me my rank up, my badge, please? You can look at my XP. Chief told me to let somebody know when it was full, so I can go ahead and get back to my vest. How you doing, Knox? That's good, Knox. It's been all right so far, sir.
Colonels are supervisors in the terms that they can issue laps and punishments. When I say supervised, I'm talking vested for the ride-alongs.
What's FTOS?
FTOs, field training officers.
So they training badged and unbadged officers.
Mostly unbadged. When they get to badged, it is when hopefully that the vested are doing their job and teaching unbadged, and when they become badged, they don't need that much supervision from a vested, but still should be learning on the job as a badged.
May I ask? May I ask why the gap in the ranking? Like, why is badge not teaching unbadged and vest not teaching badged?
Say that one more time.
I said, may I ask why is there a skip in the line in the rank? Why isn't the badge teaching unbadged and the vested teaching badge to move on to the next step, and the badge teaching unbadged to move on to the next step?
Because badged are, most of the time, they're still learning. When you become vested, you're you're experienced in the in most of everything that you taught from unbadged to badged. So then
So
you can start training the unbadged.
I'm level 3 right now. What is level 4?
Badge goes from
Do I get a
sergeant
badge?
to first sergeant to sergeant major, and then lieutenant is vested. So there's 3 ranks within badged.
Right. So after this, I'm still badged. I'm level 3 right now. Right. So I'm still badged after this.
Yeah, I think you have one more rank.
And you don't think I would have or should have enough experience to be teaching unbadged officers? Is what you're saying? The curiosity.
Well, Prince Cut, you're a special case because you were vested. Does that make sense? If you want to, that's up to you. But
I'm not saying me personally.
For like new people, like new, players that never been in a faction before. Obviously, we don't know that until they get in here.
I'm not saying me personally, but I'm saying, like, if you're saying that unbadged is being trained by vested, all right, so I'm badged now. So if a vested trained a unbadged, shouldn't a badge be up to par enough to train unbadged as well?
Where everything is you're not taught everything when you're unbadged. Quite frankly, people get to badged rank really, really fast with their medals as long as they're online. So just because you become badged doesn't mean you learned everything. So that's why they need to continue to be taught in the badge setting, because they don't learn everything in an unbadged when they are unbadged.
Okay.
But we're trying to change it to where unbadged learn as much as they can, and when they become badged and they start making arrests, they're correct and proper, and they're following the RP rules to the T. Then hope is that once they become vested, they will teach what they've learned and it sticks to the long term.
I got you.
Go ahead, Tango.
So
I No. mean,
so I feel like this.
Let me, well, let me stop you there. I didn't say vested. I didn't say vested become supervisors. They don't have the power of a colonel. When you become colonel, you have a supervisor responsibility of issuing punishments, so on and so forth. When I say supervisor, when it comes to like teaching and ride-alongs, I'm talking vested because vested are the ones that can go out alone. They have more they have more privileges than a badge officer. So don't get it confused. Vested officers that are below colonel are not supervisor in the sense of punishing or giving reps or have more authority. They are supervising the training of badge and unbadge. That makes sense? Yep, that's why we changed the unbadged training regimen so that way they have their RP training and they have the processes down early on instead of waiting for them to become badged to start doing RP training. They just start learning how to use macros. They start learning how to jail people. They start learning how to talk to civilians. They start learning how to use their macros.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because before, when it came to unbadged officers, they weren't allowed to talk to civilians. They weren't allowed to be on floor line. They were not allowed. They had some restrictions, right? We opened that up for the we opened that up for unbadged to be able to do a little bit more. Not only to have them learn more, but they can also help on the field instead of just sitting in a car and just getting killed. And yes, I post mostly on Discord because not everyone is on at the same time. And obviously everybody's in different time zones. So when we do a meeting or anything of that nature, not everyone's here. And so, and then whatever happens in a meeting, not everyone passes on the information. So the best way to communicate changes would be through Discord, and that's why we need as many people that are all here to be on Discord, because that's where our communication would be best at, I feel like. I mean, I've been lacking a little bit on when we have meetings to post them on Discord, so that's my fault. So I'll make it more aware to do that. But yes, we should.
Next, I don't know if the chief mentioned to you, but last time we talked to Chief, I forgot who was all in that room. I know Yakuza was, but we asked if we could start doing like mandatory meetings on every Thursday at 7. to start helping with getting issues addressed, fixed, and then on certain days we would do a morning briefing. Me, Miz, and Mace Skywalker just did a morning briefing, and that with 10 of the guys, and that Yakuza. Did you record that?
Done.
Okay. So I can have Yakuza send you that so then you guys can see, okay, what's happening in the morning where there's issues. The RP thing, Whiskey Tango did bring that up earlier today. And then in that morning briefing, and actually when we're done down here, I would like to talk to you, Ika, and Mace, and that, and run some ideas past all of you guys, see if this would be something that we could do to start helping and improving on the macros and the RP stuff.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But
The other,
in terms of training, yeah, that's any questions on
All right, now I just gotta say,
Yes.
like, we should not be having like no meetings until we're going out doing wanteds and stuff like that. Like, what are we meeting about? Like, oh God, like, what is we meeting about? If we're not, like, y'all got to come out here and see these people in order to meet, because I feel like that's why nobody's getting nothing done, or nobody's taking it as, serious, because nobody's doing anything. You're just literally walking around the building, going outside, and like calling meetings. Like, that's it. Nobody's like doing nothing.
I wouldn't say that, because here's the thing, Princey Cut. Without doing meetings and that, how are we supposed to know if you guys are struggling in an area?
I'm outside.
How are we
I'm doing
supposed to address issues? How are we supposed to keep you guys up to date on stuff? Like,
I'm
just
outside.
so Princey Cut, just like yesterday, I am not saying who it is, and that I'm not saying if they're here or what, but yesterday a person was reprimanded, and well, not reprimanded, but he was issued laps for some stuff that he did yesterday. He was punished for it. That is something that we are now starting to crack down on.
Okay, so if y'all feel like training should be done every day, we need volunteers for that. So if anybody here wants to volunteer to do training, sure, we can have trainings every day at a certain time for people to come in and do training. I'm more than happy to, but we need volunteers for that. Okay, cool. Anybody else like to volunteer? We'll have scheduled trainings. We'll have scheduled trainings. We'll have, certain people doing certain trainings every day at a certain time, and people don't show up. Nobody can, say that there's no trainings going on, and officers are not being trained.
Yeah, I'll help with that.
All right. So, what times do you feel that training should be done every day? Because here's my issue, right? Here's going to be, I already foresee this happening, is that people that volunteer here to do trainings every day at a certain time, you eventually are going to be like, okay, I'm only doing trainings. I'm not going out and doing my job. And you're going to be like, all right, and then end up not wanting to do trainings anymore because it's going to end up, taking up most of your time in game. So what I don't want is you volunteer for training and you stick to the training for a while, but to end up being like, okay, I feel like I'm not doing much, or I feel like I'm not doing much outside, but training, 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 training. And I want nobody to be burned out. So that's why I leave it up to just vested to start doing vested to do ride-alongs, because I feel like the ride-alongs, these unbadged and badged officers would learn on the job while you're out there doing, your job. But if you feel like a training should be done every day, I'm more than happy to accommodate that. I just don't want anybody here to get burned out from just doing trainings.
Well, here's a
Am I making
side-
sense? Am I making sense?
yeah, we can hear, and then I'll say something after you.
Okay. So, when a recruit gets onboarded, obviously they need to be taught macros, how to use them, when to use them, so on and so forth. When they get recruited, they need to go through taser training so they know how to use their taser. If RP training, I think, should be done within, like, when they're about to get badged. And no, we can't hear you.
Guys, can you hear now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, the meetings that we're gonna have, true, like it might sound like a lot that we have a morning meeting or every like Tuesday or whenever like we set the time for, but those meetings are there to update us with the new updates that we have in the departments of how different we do now. So for example, like remember guys before Unbadge couldn't go like to the first floor. But guess what? Now the new thing is Unbadge can go to the first floor if they have a supervisor, which is like vested and above, to do arrest, etc., etc. And they can interact with like, if they have a supervisor like present. So this thing I learned it today. I mean, like those things like will update your mind. Now regarding the training, I highly suggest that the trainers they pick their own time. Like for example, like let's say Ica or like Whiskey Tango, they choose the timing, right? They do the training on their discretion, the time that they want, and the trainers they go to them whenever the slot of the training is available. Like for example, like let's say me, El Diente, El Chapo, like we register for a slot at 9 o'clock, let's say, for example. So Whiskey Tango is expecting me and the rest of the guys to come at that time and do the training, for example. So he doesn't just like stick around and nobody wants to go. So guys, whoever wants to do training, go to the correct officers that they are doing the training, register your slot time, see what time the officer wants to do the training, see which time like suits you both so you guys like all can go together.
Yep. Honestly, I feel like our meeting should be Saturdays after promotions.
We could adjust that, Knox. I'm totally fine with that. I just when I talked to the chief, because that day was just the day that came to mind, and normally people after promotions they want to go right away. So it's like, okay, why don't we just do it on this day, and that we can address the issues, and then on Saturday we can do our promotions, and we just have a schedule. But yeah, we could. I'm totally cool with that, doing meetings right after promotions. we're all in one room, and then we're addressing everything right there. And then if it's stuff that we need to work on, we work on it, and then we just update them during a morning briefing on what is happening. Or an afternoon or an evening briefing.
Smitty, go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, this is just my opinion, but, we're definitely kind of beating around the bush here. I think we need to have set FTOs, and we need to have each unbadged or anybody that's hired assigned to an FTO. And it's just, it's pretty simple. It's how they do it in real life. There's FTOs for a reason. And then the 5 different ride-alongs is to gain different experience from different officers. And it's like, we're kind of just veering off of an FTO route, and it's where it's like we're just going to do group trainings, but then who's going to account for Joe, Jen, and Jeff? Like, who's going to account that they actually did that training? If there's no FTO assigned to that person, then I feel like it's going to be a big mess. So it's like each unbadged needs an assigned FTO that they have to go in Discord and log their training, because if you go look at the training log right now, it's a disaster.
Yeah. Again, I've been wanting to do that for the longest, but I have not gotten any people that want to become an assigned FTO. So anybody here, I'm putting it out there now, anybody here that wants to do that, I'm open for it. And I think it'd be great for organization's sake.
I think
that would mean you would need to be here every hiring event to basically get your person that you're going to train and make sure that they have all their trainings and make sure that they're and log it onto Discord, because that's how we can track it, so that when we get to promotion day, we can look at that log, see if they completed everything before we rank them up. Simple.
Yeah, so what I've seen before, and this was, a different city, obviously, but like when you get rank, obviously it comes with responsibility. So each one of these every vested here should have that they should automatically be put in an FTO role. They should come with the responsibility of an unbadged. Like, obviously you don't want badged officers training unbadged, but once you get a vest comes more responsibility. So every hiring event, every person that has a vest on should be assigned automatically an unbadged for training. They should automatically be an FTO personally, but I know a lot of people might disagree, but that's just my opinion.
I do know one thing that is being changed on the hiring thing is we are now to ask them for their Discord. We are to write down their name, write down their Discord, and send that over to the chief because of too many people going through, setting up their roles and set up and being checkmarked, and it just sits there and gets pushed farther up and up and up and do not get added to the faction. So Chief did bring that up yesterday. Actually, down the hallway, we were talking actually about the FTL thing, and then in lack of people being marked off, all that. So he's like, enough's enough. I want names. I want the Discords. I will be manually entering those from now on. But it is going to be a very, very big change in that, and I have seen it to where where I've gone on Discord, I've done ride-alongs with people, and that went through to go look on Discord, and they're on Discord, they're checkmarked, but they're not in the training thing. They're not even in action yet.
Knox, I have a question. Can we change the hiring timing?
No.
Because like the majority of people, they are not online in that timing. So what happens like when hiring time comes, like we're literally like less than 10 people.
Can't. That's admins. If it was up to me, I'll have a hiring event in the morning, and I'll have them at night 2 times a week. But literally, that's admins. That's admins doing. Like, we can't. We try to budge, and still nothing. They want it the way they want it. So unfortunately, we have to stick to the 7 p.m. one for. There's always going to be evenings, at least. It's always going to be either 7 o'clock or 8:40 p.m. and 4 times a week. I mean, there's no way around that, because they need to be, unfortunately, they need to be present at those events. Yes, I understand that, Yakuza, but again, there's certain things that the chief and DFG can't control, and that's hiring events. Again, if we had it our way, we will have them 2 times a week, one in the morning and one at night. That way, those 2 days are dedicated to just training, and then they'll be spaced out enough for those recruits that come in on those 2 days have time to, get through experience. Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate. So we have to work around those hiring events, and that's always been my issue ever since I've had this position in a different city. Always can never budge. I tried, they don't budge at all. Yep. And that's across all servers. They follow the same thing through all servers. It's not like a per server thing. If they change it for one server, they have to change it for all the servers, and they're not willing to budge on that. All right. So being that we have that little hiccup, we have to work around that with trainings and stuff like that, which I hate, because that Sunday, Monday, back-to-back hiring event doesn't give time for us to properly train the recruits from Sunday into Monday, because then we have a whole new set of recruits. Like in real life, you'll have like a hiring event for police like every couple months, right? Not 4 times a week. But it is what it is on that. There was something else I wanted to address. Go ahead, Dev.
I feel like FTOs need to be, they have to, report and record everything on Discord, and they can't get their badge until everything is completed. And I mean, it's as simple as that. We have 5 days in between hiring events. So it's like in those 5 days of training with the vested should be enough to be able to let these people get their badge. But that's just how I'm thinking.
I have an idea, and I don't know if this would work now. Tuesdays at 7. So we'll do hiring, and then on those days, and then Tuesdays at 7 would be a mandatory training for basically everything. So that day at 7 o'clock, the unbadged will come in, they'll come into the briefing room, and then there'll be a couple of vested officers in there. They will start doing macro training, taser training, the ride-alongs, all that stuff, and then we're at least organized better. And the rest of the time, they can go do their mission patrols. If they want to do ride-alongs, they can do ride-along. But it would be a set date, and this date it will be a mandatory type training.
Uh, Clovis, on that note, when you do the, like, let's say when I came as unbadged until like I finished the process, like until I reached the taser room, it took us like almost like 3 hours of the event. Like it depends on how many people get hired on that day. I mean, it's easier like if they were like 3 or 4 people than like 10 or 15 people like to process. So the thing is like how efficient are we going to do hiring day? You know what I mean? To add things on the plate.
Right? Has everybody seen the new the onboarding? I know Miss Aika did, but everybody's seen that on Discord. What I posted when it comes to unbatched and new stuff and whatever. Raise your hand if you did.
In right now,
It's under onboarding new recruits. It's the last post.
It's like a whole paragraph, like it says exactly step by step the things that Knox posted.
So only 3 people raised their hands. That's all that.
I can't find my taxi emote.
Good night, man. Sleep tight.
yeah,
No,
I
thank
don't.
you. So
I
you
don't
have
get
to log
any
out.
now.
For people that are helping with the unbatched, there's a template there and what you can use to kind of check off within it what they are and even
Maybe
highlights.
maybe use the tag like at everyone or like because sometimes I think to get that badge or the police officer badge, maybe it gets confusing. I don't know, but we need to find a solution that everyone gets the notification.
Yeah, there is a solution, and there's the tag. When they get their role as a police officer in Homeland, there's a tag called West Coast Police Homeland. It's the tag for every police officer. I can't put at everyone because that would tag everyone in the whole server, and I'd get timed out for that. Like they will mute me for it. So there's a particular tag called West Coast Police Homeland. If you have your notifications on for the faction server, you should get that tag in your notifications. You see, Yakuza, you do see the Homeland server, right? West Coast Police Homeland. Okay. So if you go to notificate, if you tap and hold on the West Coast Police Homeland category and go to notification settings and press only at mentions, you should get notifications. Jessica, what's up with you? With your you can't get added to the Discord at all. Okay, are you on the server though? Faction server. I see you. I see you in there, but okay. Have you tried creating a new Discord? See if that works. I know you need to have like a phone number, but I use Google Voice. You can try Google Voice to get a new phone number that can verify it, and then you could probably do it that way. Damn, bro, what the hell did you do to get IP blocked?
That's what it appears like, because when I created my other Discord, it still said like you're blocked from this guild. It's not gonna let me do anything. Can't put in a ticket because I can't get in the server. Give me his Discord.
I like the website, chill base support.
But what I did to get banned is I used the F word. Not fuck. Not that one.
Go ahead, Mike.
The zesty.
How do you tag my chief into the Discord? Because the admin, I'd put my info in. The admin like, hey, you need to tag your chief in, and I'm like, wait a minute, how do you tag your I don't know how to tag him.
You gotta put the @ sign and then type in chief, and you'll see a list of chiefs that pop up. You need to choose Mr. Straight Jacket, and then once you tag on there, it goes it tags him.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that real quick because I need to go do that. Then I might have my role after that because I don't know. I didn't know how to tag people. Like, wonder how you tag. Well, thanks. I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, I could help you.
All right. So that's today's anybody's going to be on tonight for the hiring event, follow that format that's on Discord. If you don't have access to that format on Discord, then ask someone that does so that they can tell you how to go about it. And then whoever's going to be training, you can log with the template. And that way we can keep track of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm hoping that there's people on tonight to help because I know last two hiring events, me and Frizz did interviews. We had a couple of people downstairs and no one in the macro room to help them with macros. I had to ask, I'm like, can I get a vested or a scarfed upstairs to help with getting macros and that set up? Like, where is everyone?
Yeah, that's fine. You literally can just ask.
There is times where I feel like as soon as they mention interviews, everyone is just poof gone.
Pew!
Literally.
Yeah.
You turn into track stars on close.
Yes. Like you guys are like, yep, I'm out. Bye. There should be one person downstairs asking for their passport, their birth date, and that getting their Discord information and that. So then that is there, it's ready. The chief has got it, and then another person is bringing them upstairs and that to another officer for their interview, and then from there the officer that does their interview takes them to the macro room, and then there is someone helping with giving them their macros, the welcome packet, all of that stuff. And once we're done, then we can all go as a unit and do the tour, the taser, all that stuff. Yes.
No, I was answering to Dev that you said you would help him with his arrest.
As arrest logs, yeah.
I wouldn't recommend asking the Discord once they're interviewed because there's multiple interviewers and there's probably going to be a couple of agents or officers that will do the macro list. I think the people in the macro list are supposed to be the one asking for their Discord and compiling those so we can put it in our master list. You'll be double asking it. What's your Discord at the first floor, and then what's your Discord again when they're doing the macros?
Yeah, we could do that.
On the first floor, you're asking if they have a active Discord. You're not asking for their username. So on the first floor, when you're pre-screening them, you're asking if they have an active Discord. That's it. You don't need to get their username. That's the job for anybody that's doing macros. If they don't have an active Discord, then they cannot be hired. They cannot be in the briefing room until they have one. So they have to come back next hiring event. Literally turn them away if they don't have an active Discord, because we're not about to have them hired and not know that they have an active Discord and spend time for them trying to set up a new Discord. That's crazy. They need to get that check ahead of time.
Damn, Slim Jim just came online. Slim Jim don't play that shit.
I got a quick question. Do I just put my name, my rank, my server?
Wait, I'm waiting for my friend. He's gonna come out now.
Alright. Simple as that. They would have all the problems with them.
Hey, Choppy, could you leave?
Chris, you said that in private chat. You're texting me, Chris. You said that in
Guys
private
away.
chat.
Fuck the police.
Don't be arrested
Fuck all the
now.
police. Y'all ain't doing nothing.
Thank you for your service to officers. Hey, Heather.
Hey, B.
Hey, green scrubs behind the. Don't do that, my boy.
Okay, no, listen, come here. Come here. I got no problem with you. Come here. I just need to figure out. Look, my nigga is new to the gang, bro, so.
So I want
just figure out
football.
what's
You may
going on.
come now. Come outside of the green zone.
It's Scott, you don't shut up, bro.
man. Hold on. We sorted out.
What you got up?
Man. We sorted out. So you don't.
Y'all straight? We good?
Yo, Scott, drop the weapon, bro. Scott, drop the weapon. Drop the weapon, Scott. Drop the weapon. Drop the weapon, bro.
All right, Chris, let's go. Let's go. We all good, bro. We're gonna see you out the gang house, bro, okay?
All right, my boy. All right. Scott, let's move.
I'm just trying to make sure everything's great. I'll make sure Scott's great too, bro.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel
Nah,
you.
I'm straight.
Come on, Chris, put your gun away. Get your car.
If I
Put your
carry
gun away.
medic,
Let's go.
don't let the medic vest come out now.
Boy, you literally have a gun too, what? Don't tell me what to do with my safety.
You're gonna go to jail, Chris, bro.
What I'm finna go to jail for? I just came outside.
Wait, not Chris. Tati's the one with the gun out. Chris,
Man, don't get J card though. Yeah, that's another wow.
Come on, Chris. Get in the car.
I don't get you.
Police.
You can't shoot here. You're in the green zone, Chris. You're gonna go to jail.
I get five. Get out of J card.
These police
Hey, let cuz go.
Don't use them my own finish.
If they don't give me better violation, I go use them. What's up, Boohead? Are you there?
Y'all can go ahead and come back.
What up, bro? I'm supposed to be a black man, but
What's up?
I had to change my character because of my history.
Yeah. We black a lot.
Hey, let her go.
Bro, y'all finna get beat the fuck up because these stupid ass cops wanna talk all that smack. Talk about put your gun away when they have their gun. Stupid ass, stink ass, ooh. Y'all just some stupid ass little bitches. Bitch, suck my dick and stop typing with your all chit chat, stupid stink bitch. Fucking dumbass people, yo.
With these super, you can go out and investigate. You can help investigate. You can, help them arrest someone, or you can arrest people. Arrest. Basically, you have to.
Coming with your fat.
Oh man, I just want to.
Nigga, fuck the police. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Come back over here, pussy. Oh. Are you talking to the police? Yeah, I thought you was talking to the police. That would have been crazy.
I've gone up to multiple vested or multiple badged officers asking if they could go with them as their ride-alongs and that. So like the two badged, and they're constantly getting denied. Can we go through and assign officers to ride-alongs with them?
Oh wait a minute.
If you come down here and there's vested standing here, and you see an unbashed is waiting, go ahead and sign them. Okay.
Ain't like two badge officers supposed to ride together, or like with one vested, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, a badged officer can ride along with another badged officer. An unbadged should be going with the vested as a ride along.
I know. Like I said, I know there's like one badge officer. It seems like I'm not gonna say this person's name, but like I said, all I do know is some military's already getting pissed off because he won't stop going towards their base. You already had talked to him and everything about him, and now you realize you can't do that no more. I'm trying to get him out of trouble. I'm not gonna say his name. I had a long good discussion talk with them. So
Thank you, Justin.
No problem. Good luck.
Be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one will be provided you from the state. You understand?
Hey, Chris, it's just like real life. You see how deep these niggas have to come for us, bruh?
They don't like niggas.
No, what's crazy is that he never told me what I was being detained for or the reason I am being arrested.
Hey, bro, what's up, bro? Hey, what's up, bro? What up, shooter?
Hey, Dre. Hey, Dre.
It's Bull. I'm sorry, I had to change my character.
El Chapo, we need to talk to you before he take us on, El Chapo. Hey.
So if we don't see a medic, I'm going to come back here and I'm going to report them, okay? Because you guys are supposed to be doing patrols, try to help citizens.
Yeah, you're right. And you have the right to do that.
All right, thank you, sir. Scott, let's move. How can I help you, Tango? How can I help you? What's the problem? Bro, you just passed us. We were talking to Mr. Thomas. So how would Lotrin here, bro? What are you trying to say?
Fuck the meds.
All right, Tango. Keep it cool, okay? We're not lecturing, you know. We're just talking to a medic. All right. All right, Scott. Let's move. Scott. Let's move. Let's move, bro.
Trying to make more for this medic. So even that slim, that one they call himself slim. Man, I don't see that guy for real life. Or I'll blow him out.
What?
I like how they slick tried to test my knowledge, man. Come on, bro. You ain't gonna win that one.
Yeah, you did everything right. Said everything right.
Come on now. Don't try to test my knowledge on this. You can be an ex-medic or but just be I got knowledge of the MD, so don't play with me.
Man, I got apple juice, orange juice. I even got banana juice. Anybody interested? Nah, I didn't think so. I'm out of here. Holy shit, it's a fucking pig.
Joe, what the fuck you doing, bro? Why you videoing me? What?
Girl, not girl. That's how we drive. They drive like this person. It's still this one.
Stop now. What you doing now?
Oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Oh, it's okay. I'll pat him on the back and then, tase him or some shit. You know how you like normally do that shit. I was just fucking role playing.
I did record this girl. She no know. I did record am. Me won't go report am. Me dey chop her small account.
Oh, come on. It's not say they jam everybody. Make us jam me fast. I want this.
Me she come outside
Hey,
first.
Chapo, see place now. See place on one. He move motor a bit. Chapo, you are a bitch. Please go. See.
No, leave her.
Let's see. So is it leave
Hey, I dropped my gun. Don't tase me. No. You don't drop my gun, bro.
Can't you see the lady is videoing me?
For what? What violation are you arresting me for? Do you have a body cam of that?
Anyone.
I want to see your body cam. If you don't have a body cam, bro, I'm gonna report you because you didn't see nothing, bro. What you had was a gunshot. And we were two people there, bro. Bro, we were two people. You didn't see me shoot. Don't lie. I want to see your body cam, bro. All right, so I want to see. You're going to send in a
Discord. You drop that one with the VDM because all the police will go through the kill them. Go through the kill now because jump into the VDM and you don't see that one. You don't shoot one bullet now.
Did you see somebody else shooting? Oh no, you didn't see that one because it's what mine saw. Bitch.
Tango, did you know I wanted this? I said, did you know admins can be on the wanted list too? That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I know that part. But that's wild. I know. Admin is crazy.
That's good because like if you have experience, it will be like fast track then. You know how to use the 3.1, 3.2s, 3.4s, what different violation mean, and if someone like insults you, there's a 2.6. If someone spits at you, it's like a 2.4. Someone hits a pole or like private property is 2.1, 2.2, and someone.
Hold on, I need to see your supervisor. Hold on, I need to see your supervisor because what you did right now outside was not rightful to my own right. So I need to see your supervisor. I need a supervisor, okay?
Okay, my major.
So what I need from you is your body cam. I need your body cam on Discord. So you're gonna send it to me when I tag you on the general chat. Is this your same name as your game name? Is this Discord name?
Tango, be advised, bro. You know they like to procrastinate and waste their
Can you
violation
see
time.
you refusing to send me your body cam? All right. So that's gonna be. You can get. Hold on. What I'm saying right now is you're gonna get a reprimand or dismissal because you're refusing to give me a body cam of my arrest. You said you saw me using firearm in a public place, and we were two people with firearms, and you didn't see me shoot a gun, bro. You're not sending it to me? All right. When I report you, you're gonna send it to the admins, okay? And if you don't send it in an hour that they give you, you're gonna get the reprimand or dismissal. Yeah.